I don't see them playing. So,
Okay, we can go
um,
into a live chess.
Sarkov, if you're still in chat, can you give us a confirmation when? Oh, they're playing now.
They are playing now. Okay,
Uh,
where are they?
okay.
Oh, okay. I see Azarkov. Okay, I am gonna switch
Okay.
layouts to a nicer layout, so that we can really see what's going on, and we
Okay.
can commentate a little bit on this match.
So,
Our
and just
score, our
to
score in the beginning of this is 6-1 already, favoring Azarkov and Vectorveld.
ooh, vectorveld has a nice initiative here. This
Yeah,
should
this is gonna
be.
be so.
I think we need a
Another
little bit more
bishop
to
would be
mate.
another bishop would be good. He's just gonna take the pawn to thread in. Okay, a bishop is still good. He also could
This is
potentially
very
get this queen
dangerous.
in. Oh, he has the bishop.
Okay,
Yeah, that's game over.
please use the pawn. Thank you. Very important
Yeah,
note
so
for
yeah,
starting
do
out
not put a
again.
queen here when you can use a pawn, because that is what we call style points.
When at all possible to checkmate while using a pawn, it is critically important that you do. Like it's actually just like incorrect to use a piece other than a pawn when you're capable of using a pawn. If you're me, you can go so far as to refusing to checkmate your opponent until your partner gets you a pawn to use to checkmate
Yeah,
them.
and what I like to do there is, like, sometimes your partner, this is where partner communication is important. So your partner might not realize that that you're waiting for a pawn. There's a point to say, "Hey, partner, I want a pawn," and it mates. And your partner might say that you have a bishop, you have a queen in your hand. Why don't you use one of them to checkmate? And then you could say to your partner, "If you don't get me a pawn, I'm going to resign." Um, and then your partner is going to hate you, of course, justifiably so. But on the other hand, you don't want to lose the match, so you have to take that pawn for your partner.
This game looks pretty interesting. So Passon has a very chessy position on his board. Doctor-live and
Nice
Sarkov haven't
work.
traded a lot of pieces this game, and I think this is like the type of position that they want to win the match. Like Passon seems like a very strong chess player,
Vectorveld is very
whereas
strong at chess too, so uh,
This is true, but Vectorveld and Sarkov have the advantage in terms of bughouse experience. So I think the way that the Russian team wins games here is by getting a chessy position. Because if it's a position with a ton of trades and a ton of flow, I think the bughouse experience
okay.
is
So
really just
now
going to show.
pawn at d2 is going to be a threat.
Yeah, this is looking very strong for the Russian team. Bold choice by Sarkov
Well,
to
yeah, I don't
ignore
think that's
everything.
the right choice. I think pawn check is just
I think we're
Doctor
going to need
Live
another
is
knight.
Doctor Live. I think missed his chance. I think he should have pawn
Okay,
checked and then knight checked.
oh, the classic, the bishop moving backwards. Oh, that's feels bad.
Bishops do move backwards. That's another pro tip
Doctor
there.
Live, I feel you. I That's a tip that I'm still learning myself. I
So return the Liger. In general, I would love to have as many co-commentators as possible. Right now, as I leaked earlier in the stream, we are in a Discord call for arbiters in the Bughouse World Championship Discord server. So I think
what a
I'm just going to go
nice
with
idea
snakes
from
for now.
vectorveld there. Yeah, he had bishop before, and the idea was trying to distract Passon's queen because it was tied down to defending the f2 square. That was this game is looking crazy now. On position, I still think Dr. Live and Passon have a major material advantage, but this is going to come down to a time scramble here. Um, uh, I think in this type of position, you just try to play safe and fast. Like this game shouldn't end on checkmate, so you just want to get up time here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still so close. Oh, okay, we've gone full dirty flag mode from Doctor Live. This is what I'm here for. This is my expertise. Just sacking all of your pieces for checks. Yes. No, keep going. Yes, yes. More sacks. More sacks. Rook G1. Rook G1. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right. The Doctor Live there with the classic Scary Snakes flagging technique. Um, Throw all move quality out the window and just sacrifice every piece you have and hope that your partner doesn't get checkmated.
That is the
All
way to
right.
do it. And our score right now is 7-2, favoring Azarkov. Um, a lot of these early matches are gonna be like like the top seed versus the lowest seed in a particular group. So some of these early matches may potentially be blowouts, but you see the huge differential in rating here. You see a 2400 playing an 1800 and a 2100 playing a 1700. So the fact that that Fasan and Doctor-live can get a few wins here is just very impressive.
Well,
So
yeah, I missed the start of
they're
the
definitely
match, but
outperforming their rating by like a wide margin. So even though they're almost certainly going to lose this match, I think we're confident they're going to gain some rating points here.
oh, queen takes a7. That's a free pawn and a really tricky one for vectorveld to deal with here. Like rook, if you have to play rook f8, that's a pretty sad move. Why haven't we taken this free pawn?
The free pawn on h7, is that the one we're talking about?
Oh, yeah. That upsets me.
What do you mean the one on c6? I think the h7 was the better one to
Oh,
take.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I meant the one on h7. After queen takes c6, we just block with our bishop, and our queen's protecting our rook now.
Oh, vectorveld is so greedy taking that pawn. I love the greed.
Yeah, I think Passan's showing a little bit too much respect here to vectorveld. Like there have been two times already in this game where he could have taken some free material, but chose to play a defensive move instead.
Oh, bishops move backwards. That's another insight that we often have. But maybe we need
bishops to move backwards.
We need like a bishops move backwards emote of some sort.
We need to not allow that. And do you know how many games I've lost because pieces move backwards and I just hang a piece that I wouldn't have ever otherwise hung? We just need to update that. We need to change that rule in chess. That's the only thing stopping me from being a grandmaster right now. Pieces can only move forward. I'd be a world champion. I'm saying it right now. Don't at me.
You can absolutely at him for that. We see good development from vectorveld, whereas Passan, he still hasn't developed his king's bishop, and his position is kind of cramped.
Yeah.
So one thing that led to that is a lot of times players will trade pieces, but they do it on terms that benefit their opponents. So if you're trading pieces in general, you want to do it on terms that benefit you, unless your partner is asking you for something.
Ooh.
So if you have like a pin, for example, it's usually better to leave the tension. If you can trade pieces, it's better to trade them near your side of the board than near your opponent's side of the board. When you trade it near your opponent's side of the board, it helps them develop their pieces. When you do it near your side of the board, often it helps you develop your pieces.
Wow, that's surprising that Sarkov took on f1 there. I think knight at h3 had to have been mating. Is incredibly strong, but nonetheless, just the material advantage here is looking pretty tough for the Russian team here. I think this is gonna.
They're both Russian teams, just to clarify. I'm sorry. I guess vectorveld is from Belgium. So yeah, I guess.
Also, shoutouts to vectorveld and Sarkov, one of a couple of repeating teams from last year. This team played in the open section last year, and I believe won their first match and advanced to the next round. So, and that is going to do it for the match. Strong performance from vectorveld and Sarkov, very well played. And also, shoutouts to this Russian team that winning 2 games off of an experienced Bughouse team that also played in the World Championship last year.
Very impressive.
Very, very nice showing.
So that this final score was 9-2 here.
I don't know if you are still planning on doing a post-game interviews this year. We might want to skip that if we want to get straight to Q&A, but I'm down for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there'll be more post-game interviews when we get to the elimination phase. But in this, so position, are you saying that there's a match coming up like immediately here? Are they playing another game? I think their match is already over, but I guess they're playing some more for fun.
It's possible that since we got here late, it's possible.
There might have been an abort.
Those games were.
Yeah.
I will check their match history just to see, but either way, we're getting into more
I guess that's one an aborted game, meaning like you resign on like move 1, before someone makes a move, then sometimes that is shown by chess.com in the match score, but for our purposes, like that doesn't count in the match score.
All right, well, I'm rooting for Dr. Live and Passon just because I want to see more games. I want every game to go, every match to go to overtime if possible.
Yeah, so we're this the fact that this is happening means one of two things. It means there was like an aborted game earlier in the match before we got here, or it could mean that these guys are degenerates who are addicted to Bughouse, and it's hard to know which is the case. It may be both. That's another possibility.
So I just checked, and there are no aborted games. So I think
Yeah,
they're just
so
playing for fun,
I
or
think
they
they're just
might
playing
not
for
be
fun.
aware of the match requirements, and they might think that these games are counting.
Yeah, well, maybe it's possible. A Zarkov, I don't know if he read the rules closely. Maybe he thinks that you have to win by 8 points rather than winning by 2 points.
Yeah, all 11 games of the match were
1800
completed,
strength
so we're
is
just
saying
getting some points covered.
there's a match that starts in 30 minutes. I guess we can check the calendar
wait,
here.
hold on. I'm hearing 1800 strength now. He just said that he'd like to hop on and commentate that match. What's that? Also, you think Snakes is the coolest person in the world? You didn't have to say that about me. Thank you. For those of you in chat who are trying to get me to play this game that I don't play anymore, that's I'm not about that life. Uh-oh, am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay, my computer has again decided to freeze, so I'm not watching anything.
Luckily, his computer did not decide to freeze in the middle of that super important unrated exhibition game that we played, which I'm gonna clip, and I'm going to send to all of Archduke Shrimp's friends and relatives, so they can see for the future. Oh, there's some complaints about 1800 strength's name. They're saying he should be 2600 strength. Return the Liger wants to commentate, and I would love to have you commentate later. But right now this is a Scary Snakes only commentary stream. Do we have anyone else in the scheduling forum that maybe hasn't made it to the calendar yet? Let's check that out. There's a bunch of Wednesday ones. Oh, did Scary Snakes leave? He did. I think he's having computer problems, so hopefully he will be back. So do we have any other questions about the Bughouse World Championship in general? Here to add +1 to the statistics. Well, thank you for that. So vectorveld probably wants to get his king to a safer place. He is. Dr. Live as a bishop battery, but this trade would not be good because it would actually help Zarkov to develop. This king is very boxed in, so eventually we might see like a knight there to try to like exploit this. If Vector runs out of checks, I think Bassan should really start checking while he has the opportunity. I would definitely take this pawn.
am I alive?
You are alive. We could see a knight check, because if he takes this, then that queen can take. Yeah, I would just eat the queen. And if there's checks, he could always walk his king. He could
Okay, I
potentially
just
take
got
it.
here. What's vectorveld doing with his life? How did we get here?
Vectorveld decided not to check, which is
So
not
I'm confused. Is
recommended.
this
Always check, because it might
so
be
like
mate.
pawn mates here? Yeah, there might be a. Is queen a5 mating?
Ooh, don't like that. I would have taken the queen. I think Fasan has made some poor life choices here. He's basically gone all in with his attack. I mean, I guess there's a pawn mate.
Yeah, pawn mates. And he's up time. Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Oh, knight also mates.
Take that. Take that.
Okay.
Oh,
I guess it
very
worked
nice.
out.
Very nice. Wow, these people are the addicts.
They are
I'm
addicts.
down for it.
Maybe they believe that they need to play to 16 wins, even though they were all in the stream where we discussed the rules.
Hey, I'm not complaining if they're going to give me more Bughouse games.
It
That's
does seem to be
free
more
night.
Bughouse.
Do you have any idea what time is it for these players, like in Russia right now?
That is a question for our fact checker, color commentator, not for me.
Okay. Let me check that real quick. I'd also like to point out to everyone in chat, literally every single time I've ever hung a piece, it was in fact because I was sleep deprived or because it was late at night. There's never been a time where I've hung a piece and it was in fact my fault.
So I'm sleep deprived myself, because anyone who checks my Twitch VODs will see that last night there were some strong players playing. So I was like, okay, I think I will jump on and stream this for like 30 minutes or so. And one thing led to another. I'm not proud of myself, but but like 7 hours later.
Babe, I'm sorry. We had some drinks. They were playing some games. One thing led to another. It didn't mean anything. I promise.
So yeah, I actually ended up streaming like 6 or 7 hours. Maybe it was more actually. I don't know. We could fact check that for sure. Let's pull this up. Okay, I streamed for 7 hours. And I have an emote for that. Which is my one more game emote. Let me find it.
No. Not the one more game.
And honestly, that stream probably not going to be available in the archives very long. I kind of need to unpublish it. So what happened was, Cracktix, who's a friend of mine from Free Internet Chess Server many years ago, he jumped into the chat, and we sort of talked for a while, but I think he was getting progressively intoxicated. So it did. He may have said some things that I would not have said on a family-friendly stream. But yeah, so I partnered him and I partnered Pyro, and we played a lot of games. The times are quite close on the diagonal clocks.
Vector commentaries are also checked. It is just before 10 p.m. in Russia.
So I think
this is another very chessy position.
Fasan probably wants a pawn for g7. Fasan has a fairly safe king. A pawn would win some initiative, probably
Okay.
Piece.
And this is a good decision by
There's the pawn.
Sarkov not to set this down. So they're the better team here. They don't want to enter a time scramble where their bug house strength doesn't necessarily show as much. So if they had waited the entire game to prevent them from getting that pawn,
Ooh,
yeah, we would enter time show. But
very nice job by Passan. Passan has picked up a free queen.
Oh, I don't like taking that knight from vectorveld. So when there's a knight right next to your king, it actually gets in the way of a lot of your opponent's attacking
friendly
pieces.
knight.
Yeah, this is looking like a win for the Russian team again.
This is pretty crushing. Yeah, he could just take the free rook if he wanted to.
Yeah, taking the free rook also has tons of threats. This is also good.
Too. Now another
G2.
knight
Yes, Doctor-live05 finds queen takes G2. Very nice sacrifice here. He's gonna have mate here. Bishop G2 and rook H, whatever that square is. Well, not anymore. I lied.
Whatever.
There's got to still be checkmate here. And then knight F to H4. Oh, the knight's covering now. Oh.
No, he's hanging stuff. All right.
Well,
what?
The checkmate is 0 seconds on
yeah, I think they're going for flag right now.
I think there's some lag going on.
And the flag.
Oh, beautiful checkmate here. Perfect technique.
Flag has worked.
I've never seen a cleaner win in my entire life.
A few mismates there.
Nope, not a single one.
Zarkov is saying GG's now. So, our score is like 12-4. Honestly, that adds up to 16 games. So I wonder if they thought they were playing to 16 games, which is not the case.
So the actual match score will be 9-2.
Yeah, so we do want to clarify, you don't have to play to 16 games unless you're not like winning by 2 earlier than that. They could have stopped at a 9-2 score. Okay, they said just to play. Which is fine. Like, you guys can play for fun, but when reporting the score, report it as 9-2. Yeah, and Scary Snakes is saying that in the chat.